Because again, I can't believe this is back, but women think they're going to get bulky when they lift up weights.
Yeah, no.
How's this back? We already disproved this. I've disproved this.
I know.
But anyway, it is back. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Liz.
So here we are. I've got my Be Powerful shirt on. I've got my Be Powerful sign behind me. What do you want to talk about today, hot stuff?
How we should be pushing some shit around.
What? Okay.
That's code for we should be working out and lifting heavy.
Okay.
Because what is the silver bullet?
What is the fountain of youth?
Yes.
Wait, are you going to ask
us.
me?
I'm going to ask you.
Wise one? Wise one of fitness?
A 72-year-old.
Who's now 72-year-old. I should have worn my guns out.
Flex it.
Yeah,
Flex it.
there you go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I was
You're
cold
so
though.
strong and hot.
Thanks, Steph. All right, yeah. So yeah, let's talk about some strength training today.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just simplify life. Life is a lot of stuff that we're like told to do. We think we should do. We're on Instagram when we're seeing all this. One of my favorite things lately is that everybody wants to be skinny, long, and lean like they did in the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, how is that possibly still coming back around? I mean, we literally proved that's not the cool thing to do, and now it's like the cool thing to do. I really don't know. I don't know where it's coming from, but I remember when I first started doing Pilates, it was like, I don't know, early 2000s. It was actually 2000, the year 2000, and I was like, I just want long, lean muscles. I'm like, well, you can't be any longer. They're long.
Made.
They're that size.
They're there.
But how about you just want to get some muscles so that you can be healthy, wise, and hot? Right?
What are your 3 words to describe yourself? You just said them. No, so do you feel like there is, I try not to pay attention, this whole let's just be skinny thing coming back?
Yeah. It's all over the place. Why do you think?
Especially with the GLP-1s too.
Well, yeah, but let's table GLP-1s. I kind of want to talk straight up about Pilates and strength training specifically.
What do you know about
why
those?
I want to talk about those two subjects.
Are we about to film an infomercial?
No, we are not filming an infomercial.
Okay,
but
good.
Here's the truth. Here is the truth, y'all. When I first discovered Pilates, and I'm talking about the hot thing now, Pilates on reformers, Pilates bodies, and it is hot. And by the way, Pilates is excellent. Don't stop. But here's the truth. And I learned it when I had to wait till I was like in my early 50s. I had to learn it late, but I learned it. Pilates is Pilates. It is core-centric, good, strong work. It's amazing for your stretch, for the movement of your spine, for the strength of your spine. But you have got to pick up heavier weights in order to strength train. And you're like, yeah, but I want to be skinny. Well, I'm going to get that out of your mind by the end of this podcast. But in order to, if you want to lose weight, you've got to pick up heavier weights to build the muscles, not to look like Popeye and to be bulky. Because again, I can't believe this is back, but women think they're going to get bulky when they lift up weights.
Yeah, no.
How's this back? We already disproved this. I've disproved this.
I know.
But anyway, it is back. And I'm here to drop it. We're going to just nix that thought. Your body will get, and I'm not showing my arms or any of those things today, but I should, because your body can be lean and mean and strong and healthy by picking up heavier weights. Your body will be skinny by not eating enough food and doing things like, stretch types of exercise. But anyway, when I picked up the heavy weights and I was doing Pilates, I didn't drop Pilates. I just said, Pilates is a really great discipline. What could make it better? Adding heavy weights to it.
Boom.
Hilliard-Cydia method. Yeah, I guess we just turned into an infomercial, didn't I?
Pretty much.
Totally hit
Pretty
that
much.
one. Right on the mark.
Let's talk about more of the science of heavy weights. Like, how heavy, how often, why does it work, and what are the benefits besides, just a toned body?
Well, great question, and thanks for saying that, because heavy is relative to who you are.
Boom.
If you were a brand new, I've never picked up anything, you're going to pick up a 5-pound weight and go, that's really heavy. Or maybe, I don't know what that is for you. What it is for you, I will tell you this. It is heavier than you want to pick up. It's not the one where you go, I can't wait to come into class because I know I can do these 3, 4, 5, whatever pound weights, because that's not going to take you anywhere. What's going to take you somewhere is for you to pick up the 8 or the 10 or whatever that number is that makes you go, I need to put that down about halfway through the biceps, because you've reached your body to that edge, that limit where your muscles are like, I'm good here. You've pushed me to that place where I will now change. What happens to your muscle fibers is they go into turmoil. They have to be repaired. They're kind of damaged when we lift up the heavy. Repaired. They're broken down. So you have to then let them repair. When they come back, they're just like, watch this. They get stronger. They get bigger, but not bulkier. I hate to use the word bigger. It worries me when I say this.
Stronger, more toned. They burn fat.
They get
faster, more
they get more. They
more
just
effective.
Get more. Yeah. And what also happens, didn't you ask me a better question? Because I was going to go, oh yes, you just set me up for success on what else does strength?
What are the other benefits?
What are the other benefits? Are our body, our body is either going to be inflamed or it's going to be alkaline. And I think we talked about that with Sarah Raggy a couple of weeks ago. One of the beauties of muscle is it helps to reduce the inflammation of our body. And you're like, well, I don't care. Because the inflammation in your body leads to everything from colds to cancer. It's the root cause of your disease, of any disease.
Right.
Inflammation. Not only does muscle mass do that, but when you replace your fat tissue with your muscle tissue, it helps balance out your mood. It helps to, if you fall down and you're my age at 72, if you fall down, you don't break your hip. You get back up because you've got muscle mass around your hips to protect you from getting hurt.
Right.
So, it's a longevity. It is the
longevity game.
And when you're working out at your age, at 40 something, you're working out, because you look great right now, but you're working out for your future self.
Yes, and I want that to be the most important element. So, for the physical stature of your body to improve as far as mobility and functionality and bone density and, muscle strength and tone, and also for everything we do in a day to feel easier, right? So we don't want to get up every day and feel like we're in pain, and we don't want to not be able to carry our things or play other sports. And so there's a huge benefit and a reason to push a little harder. And I want to get here in a minute, kind of like when to push and pull back, and does doing too much inflame your body, kind of the opposite of what we're talking about.
Yeah. And by the way, your skinny Pilates bodies, when you're my age, you will not be feeling good. Or when you're 20 years younger than me, you will not be feeling good. You cannot roll yourself into menopause, for one thing, and rely on skinny. Everybody, great. I'm so happy you can get into that size 0 pair of jeans you're wearing, but that is not going to serve you well in the long run. And you're not going to feel well enough to be present with all the beauty that life has got out there for us.
Yeah.
And I always thought when I got to be older that I would be like real ready to calm down. I'm on the opposite end of that. I'm not ready to calm down. I'm ready to do the next 20 other things that I cannot wait to do because I have the energy to do it.
Exactly. The energy to do it is a huge part of this puzzle. Just feeling better, and the serotonin and the dopamine and all the things that come from our bodies when we're working out, especially when we're working out in here with a group and having that community aspect to lift the mood when things are kind of heavy. And I think about this when I look at the class, and probably should be a little more pushy when it comes to encouraging clients to choose a weight, right? Like, I don't know how you feel every day when you come in. So not as a daily pick, but in a general sense, because we like to feel good at things.
We like to feel we accomplished it.
Yep. Like to feel accomplished, like I can do it all, remember that this workout specifically isn't meant for you to be able to do it all.
Right.
You know, I want clients not to come in here and surf or coast or just do the reps again with the same weight over and over and over.
Perfection is completely overrated.
There's not a thing. There's no such thing as that, you know, in here or when it comes to movement at all, period. No perfection.
Right. And just movement in itself, movement is the other, it is the health benefit. If you're doing nothing at all, you will end up doing some strength training, because if you're listening to this podcast, you're going to do it. I know you are. But just the movement of your body, the daily movement of walking, talking on your phone, and, you know, taking the steps and taking that 10 or 15 minute walk, especially when the world gets too heavy or the kids get too loud, that is medicine. And I'm not saying that as some metaphor. It is literally medicine for your body, for your soul, for your brain, for your emotions. And then when you start to pick up the resistance training, that teaches you to be able to do more than you think you can, and to give you the energy to do more than you can. So it's, sounds
easy enough.
It's hard. But, I have a question. Question from the audience. Yes.
What do you think makes people dread working out?
What do you think makes people dread working out? I love that question.
How hard it is. Because, that is a really excellent question. I think two things. Number one, I know why people don't walk in this particular door. They're intimidated. Number one, they're like, I haven't been working out as hard as these other people that are in this room. I'm going to wait because I'm be embarrassed. I'm going to be embarrassed. I'll be the person in the back. And I don't want people staring at me, and I'm already feeling bad about myself already.
Sure. Yep.
So I think that keeps people from working out. And I don't mean just in this studio, but just going and working out. So, and the other thing is it's hard. And if it wasn't a challenge, it wouldn't work. I can't say that enough. But the beauty, I think we give a little lotion to this challenge. We give a little ointment on this challenge because we make it fun. And yeah, you can go to the gym, and if you're disciplined enough, you can get a personal trainer. And I really would, if you're going to do that, if you're going to go into a gym atmosphere, please do get somebody to help you with that. Or even just come in here. We can go through one of our classes. We can show you how to hold your body, but you need to be safe. And I think that's what
Super
you get
important.
in here. Again, not infomercialing us out here, but you get that compassionate support. And you get I still see people, on their knees 2 years later doing a push-up. That is nothing but heaven to me, because I see how hard they're pushing hard. So it's not a judgment on what you can do. And so I think people are worried about, why don't they work out? Because they can't accomplish it. And we're not here to we're not born to perfect an accomplished life. We're born to enjoy the ride, to enjoy this beauty around us. You're coming into a workout to enjoy seeing what your body, this divine machine you have, can possibly do to be more powerful. I always say this, people that walk in the studio or walk in my life, I want them to know they got the power already. They're already there. We're just showing you how strong you are. So it gives you the power to be yourself even more, to be more Lee, to be more Susan, more Jane, more Tim, Tom, whatever. You want to be the highest part of you. You can't do it through coasting. You do it through challenge.
Not pushing,
I mean, we know that because when we're challenged in other ways, whether it's in school or with, an emotional challenge, we learn from it.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. I mean, that's why people dread it, especially if you're in a place in your life where you physically don't feel good, where you don't have experience working out, when you do feel shame in your body or whatever it is. I mean, it's uncomfortable, maybe physically less than emotionally.
Right.
I mean, it is hard. And those baby steps do matter. They really matter. Just starting matters.
It matters a ton. And the baby steps are the same as steps. They're steps. Every step you take is a step toward your better self, toward your stronger self. I mean, if you just step in the room and you just put the weights down and you go, I might be the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life. I can't do this. I'm going to do it without the weights. You are going to make a step not only for yourself, and well, damn it, I did it anyway, but your body is going to benefit from that, your body, brain, and emotions. So
right, because the goal isn't to feel exhausted and sore and tired and worn out all the time.
No.
The point is to do what you can today and see how that feels and how that makes you feel, and do it again tomorrow with 1 second more, 1 push-up more, 1 whatever more. And then the next day, maybe you take a break, or you maybe come back a step. That's not taking a step back. That's listening to your body. I know there's a trend on talked about dopamine. What is it called? Dopamine fitness. Yeah, I don't know the trends. I have to look to our
there's
producers.
also this is not new. Exercise addiction.
Right.
It's been around, y'all. I've been through several decades now. The stuff comes and goes, and I'm just saying, let's stick with. I know what works. And by the way, if you've got grandparents or parents or whoever it is, and they've got osteoporosis or they've got dementia, you put some weights in their hands. You get them to do this with you, because that will change their bodies, and they can add bone density to their bodies and muscle, no matter if they're 90 or 92. And I'm not citing studies because I don't have them in my hands, so I don't want to come off as some for sure on the studies, but the evidence is everywhere. People with dementia and Alzheimer's disease can improve cognitively by strength training. That's the one thing that has been proven. Not by going to a yoga class, it's good for them. Not by going to a Pilates class, it's great for them, but by strength training. Picking up something that challenges their muscles, that gets all the things moving and changing in their bodies that can affect their brain. Because remember, the workout is more for your brain, or don't remember that, but the fact is the working of your body, the movement and the motion of the human body, and especially the strength training, is better for your brain, with your body being the side effect. It's hard to hear because you're like, what? It's about here, our little, our head, this small part of our body is our brain, but it really does require movement, and it requires strength training. It does.
Well, I mean, what do you say to people who are, overdoing it? I think we need to talk about that relationship that we have to fitness, and what is a healthy relationship to fitness, right? I think we're kind of addressing those who really need to pick something up for the first time and get moving for longevity and just overall health. But where do you, draw the line on too much, or we're doing this for the wrong reasons, and what the focus should be?
Well, probably those people that are doing their exercise addicts are probably scaring the hell out of the people from walking into the door, because they're like, gosh, do I really have to go run every day and lift weights and go to Hilliard Studio Method? And then I have to go to yoga, and then I have to do that? No. And by the way,
Please don't.
If you come to our class here, or if you're strength training other places, you need a rest day. You need a day for your body. You need to fuel your body with real food and protein, and you need to rest it, and you need to drink your water. There's a whole lot of information about things you got to do, this, that, and the other. When I say rest day, I don't mean you're going to lay around, on the sofa and eat bonbons.
No bed rot?
No bed rot.
Okay.
However, it's really great to take a mental health day and read a book, but I maintain that our body, because I was doing, I think I said this a while ago, I was doing something that I had to do like with my head last week, and I wasn't able to move as much and come to the class. You've got to keep moving. I felt a difference because my body is used to that movement, and I felt like a lack of energy, a lack of sharpness. Just an interesting thing. But your question was, what do they do?
But the reverse of that.
The reverse of that. So the question is, what do they do? You keep moving. You go for that walk. You do those good long walks. You go dance around.
But how do you know if you do or don't have a healthy relationship with exercise?
If you're exercising over an hour to an hour and a half a day, you need to cut it there. And I don't mean I want you to move all day long, but I mean if you're coming to my class and then you're walking out and you're going to go to yoga, you need to pick one, honestly. because you're getting the stretch in here. I love yoga. To me, it's very emotionally satisfying. It's very just spiritually satisfying. That's a great thing to do on a day you're not coming in here. But sometimes you and I go on these long walks, and I love a good long walk.
Well, and I would wager that, not every walk needs to be with ankle weights and a weighted vest. And I think those are very productive,
good,
but a slow long walk can also reap benefits. And finding those little pockets of time, my red flag is probably if you're not enjoying your workouts, if you're sacrificing relationships for workouts, if, you're feeling angry or overexhausted, like you can get to the point where the exercise isn't fueling you.
Right.
And so that's hard sometimes to diagnose that. But I do think with the multiple avenues that we do have available for exercise, and the focus on women's health and seeing images on social and just out in the world that maybe overly promote a certain size body or a certain shape body or just, everybody with their shirt off. I think there can be pressure to want to exercise a lot. And I think we have to be cognizant that there's much more to life. You need to be enjoying your life and you need to be moving your body.
Can we take off the table? You said GLP-1s a while ago. Can we bring those back up again?
We can put them back on here.
We can bring them back. We're bringing back up the GLP-1s.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So, you intimated that could have something to do with this skinny culture. I would hope it doesn't. But
just in the fact, I just want to be clear that I was not having a judgment on it, but we have definitely watched people be very successful using GLP-1s, and we promote that, and we provide support on how to, partner GLP-1s with nutrition and exercise. And I think a demographic, a group, a generation, or whatever, a large number in society getting smaller is, visually can impact people's feelings about weight and what body shape is, air quotes, what you want. So I wanted to clarify that.
I'm glad you did. I think actually the thing, I like GLP-1. I think it's a great idea from a lot of people. I think it's not a great idea to be abused, just like any other thing is not a great idea to be abused. But there is, and now it's here, and it's never going to leave. I don't think. I think it's here it's been researched for a long time on treatment for diabetes and other diseases. So it is here. And what I want us to remember about that is right now, I think 1 in 10 people are on GLP-1s, and probably more and more will be. And that's great. Make sure you're taking that up with your doctor. Also, if your doctor, I'm sure any doctor is going to tell you, you're going to have to strength train with it. You're going to have to, because when you do your GLP-1 and you start to feel better because you needed to lose a few pounds maybe, you're going to your body doesn't know when to stop it losing just
muscle
visceral fat or muscle. It'll go right into the bone. I mean, you can have more bone loss, you can have more muscle loss. It's just losing weight because your body isn't able to eat as much food. So we're going to have to really double down on eating real food with real protein and strength training. This is when you've really got to pay attention to strength training, because your muscle will deteriorate, immediately. And so I had a real question about it a year ago when it came out, but I'm seeing great things with GLP-1. And I just think a lot of people that are doing it, we talked about this maybe in one of the other podcasts when we were in New York. Doctors that are really researching this would prefer we didn't call it a weight loss drug. Would prefer we call it something for heart disease. I mean, it's doing changes in all kinds of, cancer research, heart disease, all sorts of things. So
I think we just need to pay attention.
It's here.
And, of course, consult your doctor. And we're just saying it's here. And so this is in our realm of expertise and knowledge base that gives us another real need to promote fitness, strength training, and nutrition.
And while we're under the stresses of life, your muscle is also going to help you deal with that. I mean, it all works hand in hand. There is not one thing that works hand in hand with making you live your best life. You're being healthy, strength training, good nutrition, good relationships, being vulnerable with those that can support you. All of the things that you bring to the table there, they're all important. But if you had to put one or two at the top, I would put strength training at the top.
I know
with
you would,
relationships.
baby. Everybody knows you would.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to make sure these beautiful, skinny women that are like in their 30s and going into 40s are not going to end up feeling horrible in their 50s. I really don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And so
you have the wisdom. You're sharing
I'm the one for y'all to come talk to about this. I've been here, done this. Because I remember being a model I was modeled almost in my 40s. I went at late 30s, and I was still like eating nothing on my plate. I was in horrible health.
Yeah.
I felt terrible. I mean, I could look great in front of a camera somehow with makeup artists and such, and I was slim, but I felt terrible. And I didn't know I felt terrible until I felt good.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's hard to know what it is that's making you feel terrible in the climate that we're in. I mean, is it the news and doom scrolling? Is it my exercise? Is it, what the hell is it that's happening? And so
I don't think doom scrolling is doing us any good either.
No, for sure not. We can take that off the table.
I know.
Go for a walk instead, right?
Yeah.
Once you start scrolling, it's time to put it down and go away. And, speaking of all those things that make us feel good, the dopamine and the endorphins, I wager that that's not increasing our
I don't think it is.
dopamine nation.
I don't think it is. So we've got plenty of stress. We don't need to be doing that. But what we do need to do is take care of each other and take care of ourselves. And we are not going to be, and go to your reformer Pilates things. They're great. But know this, they're not giving you strength training. I just want you to know that. Because I did it for, 15 years. And I loved it. I've still got my reformer in my house.
Right.
I still do it
You were on
like
it
once
yesterday.
a week. Yeah, I was on it yesterday because I was going to say I was lazy. I was lazy yesterday. And Lee was trying to get me to do the class that we had, one of the teachers teaching online. And I was like, no, I'm just going to get on my reformer.
Lay over here and
do
push
my
my legs.
Pilates, which I love. But I didn't feel like doing strength with it. So I'm just giving you all the facts.
The honest, dirty truth.
Because I am a certified in all the equipment. I studied in Canada for this whole Pilates thing. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness for
Thank
me
goodness
spouting off
for
again
you.
about that.
No, I think it's always important to bring it back.
Yeah.
That is our MO
Yeah.
and the way to be powerful.
Yeah, I wore it for you guys today. Besides, I was cold in here.
You better now?
I'm better.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
All right, so we're gonna
Wrap
end
it
it
up.
here. All right.
I think we got
Train's
it.
rolling in the station, baby.
Choo-choo.
All right. See ya.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.